Here's the truth. A majority of people will never build wealth, not because it's incredibly complicated, not even because they're not smart enough to, not even because the stock market is too complicated and it is really difficult to get into. They fail because throughout their life, them and even generations before them have never made investing a priority, and that stops today. So in this video, I want to break down the top 10 reasons why people do not invest, and more importantly, show you how exactly to overcome each one of these. Now, so you can start finally building wealth, having that financial freedom, building a legacy. Now, looking at myself and even thinking 20 years ago, I made a lot of these excuses. They were the and really made these excuses over an extended amount of time, which I know for me really hurt my financial freedom. So let's go ahead and get into work with the basic one. I do not make enough money. Regardless of who I talk to when it comes to financial education, even financial counseling, I do not make enough money is always the most common excuse, but this is also the absolute number one most dangerous excuse that a majority of people really come up with, and it is really just the excuse that we see. The reality is you don't invest because you don't make enough money. Think about that for a minute. That is truth. If you always have the mindset of you're not making enough money, chances are you're never going to find any money to invest. To fix not making enough money, it starts incredibly easy. And we have talked about starting to invest with $10, $20, $25 in a paycheck and seeing where you can cut some of these costs, setting up those automatic contributions to those Roth IRAs, index funds for investing, and also looking at 401k. If you never see the money, you are never going to miss the money, which a majority of people really don't think. When we start looking at even a 401k plan, a lot of people do not contribute anything, even if they work at a company that has a company match, into that 401k plan. And this is the point where you can stop it today. Putting $10, $15, $20 away. And again, when you start looking at a 30-day period, there is somewhere, trust me, I have never seen a budget in 20 plus years that we can't really cut out or make room for $20 to cover something like an investment, like putting money into that IRA. It really does make a big difference. The more discipline that you really grow and think about wealth, it's not so much about your income. It's about having the ability or actually making the conscious effort to start investing. Now, the second one that I always hear, I'm going to start investing when I have extra money. Truth is, no, you won't. When you have extra money, you're going to find something else to spend it on, whether it's going to Starbucks, whether it's buying something, advancing your technology. I see a lot of individuals that are and really do have the iPhone 17. We have the iPad, we have the Apple Watch, yet they don't have a dollar to put into any of their investment accounts, nothing in the 401k, because nobody magically finds extra money and they having the extra money to go ahead and start investing. The solution is, and this is a very simple one, pay yourself first. Treat investing like a bill. Imagine for a minute if you built and created your budget and put investing as a line item. Let's say it's going to cost you $20 a month to invest, $50 a month, $75 a month, $100 a month to invest. Non-negotiable, you have to pay that every single month, just like you pay your cell phone bill, just like you pay your internet bill. You have to pay that bill every single month. When it comes due, you have to make sure it's really being paid. Now, your future deserves the same expense and really the respect that we see for your rent, for your car payment, for your insurance, for your cell phone bill. You have to make it a priority or it is never going to be a priority at all. Now, another one, and I hear this from kind of the younger generation, people say they think that investing means gambling and investing means there is too much of a risk. That is the reality that we see. No investment and not investing is much riskier. Honestly, if you look at it, the flip side, when you start looking at inflation running about 2.8%, if you are not outpacing inflation, that 2.8%, or earning a greater return, you are losing money. Really shifting your mindset here and thinking about the longevity. It's not about picking stocks. I do not pick any individual stocks. I only hold one single individual company in my entire portfolio across multiple platforms. That is NVIDIA. I buy the entire market with index funds. I own both the VOO and the VTI. So I do own a portion of the S&P 500. I also do own the total stock market itself with the VTI. If you're new to investing, two perfect index funds to get into. I have a couple links down below for Robinhood and for M1 Finance if you want to start this journey and start investing. Now, historically, the market goes up over time. As the market grows, as we continue seeing it since really the existence of the market itself, it has went up, and it has went up a great amount. This is the point in life where honestly, risks and the risk really does go down the longer you stay invested. If you're willing to put in $100 a month, when you start looking at a year, might have a little bit of risk, could have a little bit up and down. If it's down, you're buying it at a discounted price. Absolutely jackpot for you. If it's going up, congratulations, your investment is going up. When you start looking at 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, even 40 years, chances are the risk has gone down to a point where it's almost negligible or at zero over an extended amount of time. Now, of course, another big one that I get, especially again from the younger viewers, I don't know where to start. Analysis paralysis will absolutely destroy your wealth and destroy your investing journey. So make a roadmap. Very, very easy to follow. If you open up a Roth IRA through Robinhood, if you do it through M1 Finance, buy a simple index fund. You're looking at the VTI, you're looking at the VOO, something of that. Set up automatic contributions, 20 bucks, 50 bucks. Leave it alone. That's it. That simple. It's done. It will grow. And trust me, if you're making those regular contributions through dollar cost averaging every paycheck, maybe once a month, it is going to grow. And if you start and again, continue those contributions over an extended amount of time, it is going to grow to a massive amount of money. That way you have your money actually creating more money. Now, of course, one of the big stopping points that I see, I have too much debt. I get it. Debt feels very heavy. It is very accountable when it comes to bringing down positivity, when it takes away joy, when it takes away a lot of your paycheck. I get it. Debt can be incredibly difficult. But of course, for a lot of individuals, they wait until it's gone or hope that it's gone, meaning you've wasted some of your best investing years by not investing at all. I have worked with individuals that have too much debt. We refinance it. We get them in a structured payment. They're really good with it. All of a sudden, a couple more years, they have a lot more debt. Then we get 5, 10 years down the road. And guess what? They're not investing. No money is going into the 401k or the IRAs. We're not seeing anything in those HSAs that they're eligible for. It is absolutely crushing when it comes to debt. And again, when I do financial counseling, when I sit down and do financial education, they're just buying stuff they don't need. When you start cutting stuff, actually physical stuff out of your life, you find the money to invest, you find the money to repay the debt, and it does make it incredibly easy because again, I don't want you to be 10 years down the road before you start those 401k contributions, and now you've missed out on 10 years of matching contributions from your employer. It is very hard. So even with this one, you can split your strategy. Minimums on all your debt, extra payments towards those high interest, and invest a certain percentage of that 401k. If your company's giving you 4%, match at least that 4%. Again, paying yourself first makes a really big difference. Committing it just like a bill to make sure that you're putting money in there, tackling debt on one side, and of course, building that wealth simultaneously. That is how disciplined people really do it when they're working with debt. Now, number 6, guys, the market is too high. That's right. The market is high, but guess what? In 1999, the market was high. 2008, 2013, 2020, 23, 24, now in 25, the market is high. The market is seeing new highs. Guess what? You can't time the market. Even if you are the best investor in the world, the chances of you timing the market almost go to zero, but you can time exactly when you're investing and when your discipline kicks in. That means investing every single month, regardless of what the headlines say, regardless of the AI bubble is going to collapse the entire market, regardless of what the noise in the news has said. This is where, again, dollar cost averaging. If you follow my channel for a while, we are investing every Monday morning. The dollar cost averages will always beat timing the market every time because, of course, you're not going to time it absolutely perfectly. And of course, in one of the feedbacks I get, I'm afraid of losing money. Fear comes from misunderstanding how exactly the market works. Understand the rule of wealth. You only lose when you sell. When we talk about this, if there's a temporary decline, if the AI bubble does go down 5, 10, 15%, guess what? Everything is discounted. You have taken zero losses. The portfolio might say you're negative 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, whatever it may say. But guess what? If you have 100 shares of NVIDIA, all of a sudden the value goes down $20 a share. You still have 100 shares of NVIDIA. It doesn't make a difference. Really, this is the reason why. When you start looking at the extended journey and really the extended investment journey that individuals have, when it's the accumulation of assets, if you're buying it in a down market, you are getting it at a discount, you're getting it at a cheaper price. The market will reward people who stay in the game. Like I said, your assets might have a little bit less value, but you are not losing the assets. The only time you lock in them losses, and I've seen a lot of people do this, and it was very, very hard for me in 2022 when a lot of people lost, 10, 15, 20, 25%. Then they cashed out of the market, locking and solidifying all of those losses in the market just to see 23, 24, and now 25 just be absolutely years that they're crushing it. And they missed a lot of the upside because they were sold out of the market at that point. And the final one, guys, that I want to leave you with, I want to enjoy my life today. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. But way too many use the permission and really self-sabotage when it comes to you really want to enjoy it today. The future self always wants to enjoy life as well, and they're really counting on you. So looking at a 50, 30, 20 plan, your needs, your lifestyle, your wealth building to include investing in debt payoff. You're not sacrificing your joy. You're balancing it as it sits right now. So it is really a different mindset for what it is. So here's the truth, guys. You don't need a six-figure salary to start investing. You don't need perfect timing or understanding of the market. You don't need to know everything. And even me being in the financial industry for 20 years, I do not know everything. And I promise you, there are things that I'm learning every day, but you do need to be disciplined and consistent when it comes to investing and believe you know exactly what your financial future is, and it's worth really fighting for. So if you take these 8 excuses off of the table, replace them with the action, you will build wealth. I can guarantee it. You will build wealth. You'll build financial freedom. You could even build a legacy for your family long after you're gone that will still be there. Staying very disciplined, staying very consistent in the market, and I'll see you in the next video.